everyone, welcome back to Five for Family. So excited that you're joining us today. So, our special guest is someone that our tiniest humans know and love well. She works with our preschool class. So, everyone, welcome Miss Lori. Miss Lori, on to our story.
10 ways to be perfect. So there they all were. Grannies, granddads, babies, uncles, aunts, children, moms and dads, out there in the middle of the desert. They had blisters from all the walking. They were hungry, they were thirsty, and much, much too hot. "We don't like it," they cried. "It stinks." And so did they, for that matter, because no one had taken a bath in weeks. Now remember, because this is something they had forgotten, God had done amazing things for his people. He had hidden them inside of a cloud. He had moved the sea. He had set them free. But God's people still weren't happy. They didn't care about being free. Wasn't it better when we were slaves? At least we had lots of food to eat. God doesn't want us to be happy, they said. It was the same lie that Adam and Eve had heard all those years before. God has brought us out here to kill us. God doesn't love us. But they didn't know God very well, did they? Every day of their journey, God kept on showing his people how well he would look after them if only they would trust him and obey him. When they were hungry, God made the sky rain with food, bread coming down from heaven. "What is this?" they said. They asked each other. They didn't know what to call it. So they called it, What is it? Which is, of course, a good name for something when you don't know what it is. When they were thirsty, they started quarreling. God made water flow from a rock. Moses called the place Quarreling because it seemed like a good name too. And still God's children didn't trust him or do what he said. They thought they could do a better job looking after themselves and making themselves happy. But God knew there was no such thing as happiness without him. So God led them to a tall mountain. God wanted to talk to his people and show them what he was like. He wanted to help them know him better and tell them all about the special land that he was going to give them. "The whole earth belongs to me," God said. "But I have chosen you as my special family. And I want you to live in a way that shows everyone else what I'm like so they can know me too." God called Moses up to the mountain. The great mountain shook. A thick cloud fell. The thunder roared and the lightning crackled. And God gave Moses 10 rules. Yep, the 10 Commandments. "I want you to love me more than anything in the whole world," God told them. And this is the most important thing of all. God gave them other rules, like don't make yourself pretend gods, don't kill people, don't steal or lie. The rules showed God's people how to live and how to be close to him and how to be happy. They showed how life works best. God promised to always look after you, Moses said. "Will you love him and keep his rules?" They cried, "Yes, yes, we can do it, we promise." But they were wrong. They couldn't. No matter how hard they tried, they could never keep God's rules all the time. God knew they couldn't, and He wanted them to know it too. Only one person could keep all the rules, and many years later, God sent Him to stand in their place and to be perfect for them, because the rules couldn't save them, only God.
Thank you so much, Miss Lori. So now we're at the question and answer portion. Don't forget, press pause. So, our first question. What did the Israelites forget while they were wandering in the desert? Press pause. Do we forget the kind things God has done for us? Press pause. What was the purpose of the 10 Commandments? Press pause. So if the purpose of the 10 Commandments was to teach us how life works best, do we seek to obey God's rules? Press pause. Was God surprised when the Israelites weren't able to follow His rules? Press pause. Is He surprised when we fail to follow His rules? Press pause. Did He send someone to make up for the places that we fall short? Press pause. How should we behave since we know that Jesus came to pay the price for our sins? Press pause. So tonight, our activities are going to be a little different. So, the first one, the manna, the what is it that fell from heaven? Well, we know that they use that stuff to make kind of like bread. So your activity is to make bread. I think it'll be fun. If you don't have bread or stuff to make bread, make a cake. Bake something together. The other things you can do, because the 10 Commandments have a lot of rules. Play Simon Says. It's a game of rules. Or pick your favorite board game. Make sure you learn the rules. You see, the rules God gave us are for a reason. They help other people to know that we believe in Him because we behave differently, and they're what's best for us. Those are the points that we want to reinforce. That God's rules and God's design for our lives are best when we live how He has told us. So we love you guys. Can't wait to get to see you in person, and just praying that God continues to bless you. Love you. Talk to you soon.